In this video I'm talking about which are the strongest teams and strongest type of damage on Vortex, so let's have a look. Hello guys, Wilsonbox here. We have several types of damage in this game at the moment in Season 3, so this will be especially for Season 3. So we have all of these types of damage that we can use on Vortex. So we have Rally, Aura, Wild, Burn, Summon, Shadow, Dauntless, Thunderbolt, Poison, Corrosion, Frost and Ice Blast. Some of them are stronger, others are not so strong, but that's what I'm talking about. There are also some heroes here that will make your damage go much higher than you could expect. So I did like a tier list with the weakest to the strongest. So that's where I'm gonna start. So the one that I think it's the weakest will be Summon. Okay, so Summon, they are really tricky to handle, and this season, guys, we have Lightning Necrosis if you want to use Summon. So it's really hard to use this team, especially because Summon will not do much damage if you use them on Vortex. So they will summon creatures and those creatures will die really fast with Vortex damage. And also we don't have much healing, so if you are lucky enough to have Thorin, will be your best healer, this guy here. If not, will be really hard for you to heal this team. So this will be the last one I would say. So next one, we're going to stay on Lightning Crosses. So I give it this, so 17 is the last place, next one will be 16. So 16 will be Thunderbolt. These guys are really good, and if you are using Per Conte, probably you're gonna do some damage. But again, the problem keeps the same if you don't have enough healing, and again, Thorin will be your best chance. Bulens also gives some healing, and Zarlot as well, but he's not like a proper healer. He's not a great healer that you have in your team. Even Nathaniel sometimes does a better job than these ones. Next one, keeping on the Lightning Roses suffering a lot this season. We have Shadow. So not all of the Shadows, so on this one I would say if you don't have Azul, you can do much more damage. Of course, if you have Azul, you're gonna be doing a really lot of damage with Azul. He is a really great exclusive that you can get, and he is going to do a lot of damage, but I'll talk about him later. So this will be the 15. 14, I would say, the 14 would say is Fire Radiance will be Burn. So Burn, they are not bad. They do some damage, but for Vortex they are more like AoE damage, so they are really good against several targets in the arena as well. But for Vortex I don't think they are doing a great damage. Of course, with this element, Fire Radiance, you're gonna have some tanks and some good healing, but they are not doing that much damage on Vortex. So next one I would say is Poison. Poison, I think this will be around the same ranking like Frost, Corrosion and Poison. So let's talk about Corrosion first. So going back to Ice Poison, so we have Corrosion, and when I'm talking about Corrosion, just talking about these guys here, not talking about Rook. Rook is another one that will do really well, is the top damage, but if you don't have Rook, then your damage with just the other guys, so if you have like Secretia, Whisks and these ones, you'll be not doing that much damage. Rook is the one that does crazy damage with these guys. Then on the same ranking we have Poison. So Poison will not do much damage as well. Again, if you have Lothar, you're going to do some more damage. But if you don't have him and you just have these legendaries and these ones from Poison, you can still do some damage, but not so much as you can expect. So the next one I want to talk about will be from fire, will be some ice poison, so will be the frost ones. So frost ones, again, they are doing some more damage, but this season is really hard to compete. You really want the best ones if you want to be on the top ranking. With these ones probably you're gonna do like maximum maybe 30-40 million damage. They are not, I'm not saying that you can't reach a 25 million, but with these teams I'm talking about, it's hard to reach like top 100 ranking with these guys. So the next one will be Aura. So Aura is not great as well, even if you have all of them, but with Aura, I'm going to say they are better than Frost, Corrosion and Poison, if you don't have the exclusives, of course. If you have this one is the Aura one that does more damage, so thanks to this one, if you are using the other two legendaries as well, because this one is going to give 30% more attack, and this one is going to do a lot of damage, you will be able to do a few more damage. So the next one, and at this moment I'm on the 10 ranking, I would say on this one for the 10th place will be Wild and Radiance. So wild characters are really good, and I'm not including Flora on this ranking, okay? On this team I'm talking about just the other wilds except Flora. So if you have the other wilds, you will be able to do a few more damage, between 30 to 40 million, around that, maybe a bit more, with wild teams. Same thing for the Raleigh. If you have all of these Raleigh heroes, you're gonna be able to do some more damage as well, maybe around 30 to 40 million. Again guys, I'll be climbing on this ranking, and I will talk about these characters again, but with another requirement to reach this damage. So the next one I would say, so 9th place will be Ice Blast. Ice Blast without the exclusive one. So if you have a good team for Ice, if you have these guys here, they do an amazing damage. You guys know from season 2 they were amazing, doing an amazing damage. And in this case I'm saying 9th place without Beldel, because if you have Beldel you're gonna be higher on the rank. But with this team you will be able to do around 50 million damage with these guys. They are really good, and if you have Ogok or something like that, you're gonna do even more damage because of that immortality. And the next one I'll talk about is more a mix. So Dauntless are really good, but this season they don't have much support. So we'll be on Lightning Necrosis because we don't have much healing on this one. So Dauntless will be really good if you use them with another tank and another healer from another element, because they do an amazing damage to Vortex. They are really good to do damage on Vortex, but if you are using a different element and not Necrosis or Lightning, you are losing the 5 element bonus attack and everything else. So they are still doing a lot of damage, but having a good tank from another element like Frubart, and another healer like Freja, like this one, yeah, Frenja, you will be doing much more damage with a good support and a good tank. So I'm saying they are 8th place, and the next one we are going back to Poison. So on the 8th place will be Poison, but this time we with Lotair. If you have Lotair, you're gonna be able to do around 50 million damage with these guys. Lotair is an amazing damage dealer, he can do a lot of damage, so if you wave him, I'm sure, and a couple more of these legendaries, I'm sure you're gonna be able to do a lot of damage. And the next one, we are reaching almost the top 5, so this will be the 6th one. So 6th one, this time we're going back to Lightning Crosses, and this time, again, Ozul. I'll talk about Ozul. So Ozul is an amazing character, he does a lot of damage, amazing damage. And with this guy, with him, if you are using Ozul, you will be able to do around 50 to 100 million damage. If you have the artifact, the exclusive artifact as well, you're gonna be able to do even more damage. And if you have the other shadow heroes, that will increase a lot of your damage. And if you have Daphne as well, and this one, Aspalta, I'm sure you're gonna be able to reach almost 100 million damage. And this is the 6th. So going to the top 5, this time I'm going back to the Raleigh. And that's what I said. So if you have Raleigh but not using the character I'm going to talk about, so if you have Raleigh and you're not using Cinderella, you're not going to do so much damage. But if you have Cinderella, it's going to increase your damage a lot. So it gives this a visibility and healing and a lot of stuff. It's really good. And teams with Cinderella, if you are using Raleigh or Wild with Cinderella, you're gonna be able to do around 50 to 100 million. But without Cinderella, is really hard to reach this damage. because he's just an amazing support. He does a lot of stuff, attack penalty, healing, damage, more healing, so he's really good to use on Vortex. So next one, we're going back to Ice Blast. And this time, Ice Blast, I'm saying without Beldel, still without Beldel, but if you have Ugok and you time your skills well, Ugok will make you alive for longer, and this way you're gonna do much more damage, more than 100 million. There are some people doing more than 100 million, which is a lot, and is going to help to do a lot of damage. But if you have Beldel as well, and you use Beldel and Ugok, then you're gonna do even more damage. It's one of the strongest teams on Vortex at the moment, if you have Beldel, with the explosive artifacts. So when I'm saying top 100, top 50, this will be around top 50 Vortex. They will be doing an amazing damage. And second place will be going back to Far Radiance and will be with Flora. So if you have Flora, you're gonna do an amazing damage. Between 100 to 200 million, you can reach that damage with Flora. Flora is amazing, she does an amazing damage. She's one of the top DPS on Vortex, and if you have Cinerel, as again, is going to increase that damage because of all of these kits. Cinerel is really strong, especially for Vortex, and if you have Flora, she is going to do a lot of damage on this guy. And lastly, in first place, of course, what you are expecting, on first place we have Rook. So if we have Rook, you're gonna do amazing damage. There are some players doing 300 million, 400 million. Guys, I tried just a random camp and with some legendary artifacts, and I was able to do 150, 170 million damage easily on auto mode. So guys, you don't need to worry. If you have Rook, you will be like top 50 for sure, at least top 100 if you don't have like good legendary artifacts or good gear. But if you have good gear, good legendary artifacts, you'll be top 100 for sure, or even top 50 on Vortex. And if you have the legendary artifact, then you're gonna be top 50 for sure. This guy is an amazing, he does a lot of damage, and this will be my tier list for Vortex. Starting on the first place, I'll say it's Corrosion with Rook, and if you have Ugok as well, then will be amazing. Second place will be Wild with Flora, and also the explosive artifacts and Cinerel as well. Third place, Ice Blast with Beldel. Fourth place will be Ice Blast with Ogok. Fifth place will be Raleigh or Wild with Cinerel. Sixth will be Ozol teams. So if you have Ozol with a Lightning, Necrotic team. Then Poison with Lotair on 7th place. So if you have Lotair, you're gonna do a lot of damage. Then Dauntless, using 3 Dauntless and another healer and tank from another element. 9th place, Ice Blast teams without Beldel and without Ogok. 10th place, Wild or Raleigh without Cinerel and without Ugok. And without the Flora as well. Then Aura teams, we Aura teams. And then I'll say it's Frost Poison without the exclusive ones, so Lotair. Then Corrosion without Ugok and without Brock. Then will be Burn, then Shadow, then Thunderbolt, and then Summon. And this is a tier list, guys. So I hope this helps you to decide which are the best teams you can go for the ones that are playing Season 3, and as well for the other players that are just starting this season and the other ones from Season 2. I hope this helps you to decide which team to pick. This season, Brook is the best character you can get for Vortex. He's an amazing damage dealer. There are nothing even close to him. Maybe Flora does some damage, but if you compare like these two characters using the same strong gear and the same strong artifacts, Flora can't even get closer to Rook. He is amazing and does an amazing damage. So guys, I hope this video helped you, and I hope you can choose the best team for Vortex to do a massive damage. Doing Vortex helps a lot because of all of these rewards you can get. You can get some affinity, these are like dices that will get you maybe legendary, this season because of the good changes they did, and some more extra rewards according with your ranking. So the best place you get, the more Echo of Clepsydra you are getting, and also some more affinity. So this will help a lot to progress your affinity tree and eventually do some more damage, guys. So hope you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave that like and subscribe if you want to follow more content like this. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.